Copy. Drop incoming.
Look out!
Let's roll.
Supply drop is on its way, hermano.
Whoa!
stretch my legs. Yeah.
Copy. Drop incoming.
Most of my own stunts. I train very hard to try to make the action look as real as possible.
Oh, it looks real. Another question. Do you ever hang out with Oscar Espinosa, for research purposes?
No. Oscar Espinosa is a very busy man, and the people we are portraying have been dead for hundreds of years, so
If you do, could you ask him about Project Illapa? Because Santiago keeps bothering me about that thing.
No. I probably won't do that.
Bien, bien. Another question. You have had a lot of romantic scenes with various cast members over the years. Who was your favorite for those? Fernanda, Regina, Catalina, and did they lead to any real life intimacy? Were you actually naked in those scenes?
They're actually telling me I have to go now. Gracias, Tiago. Gracias, Santiago. I hope you all enjoy the next season of Diego El Santo when it comes out next year. Adios, parceros.
Cuídate, mi gran amigo.
Qué bien. Very professional, Tiago.
I get a little nervous.
That was one of your worst interviews yet. And that is quite an achievement.
I shut your mouth, Santiago. Nobody likes you. We'll be back with more Tiago and Santiago show.
I am the smartest man alive. Your entire knowledge base is internet memes. It's Tiago and Santiago.
Need to find some place to eat? Need to be able to bring the whole family? Need it to be kind of noisy? El Rancho Viejo has all of what you're looking for. We've got arepas and empanadas and more. We have the most delicious and authentic traditional Solino cuisine that you can find anywhere, and we serve it fast. It's like going to visit your abuela, except that you'll be in and out of the building in less than 5 minutes. Come down to El Rancho Viejo.
On the next Jóvenes y Bellos, a family affair.
Let us go to the amusement park, mi amor.
I wish I could, but I cannot ride the roller coaster. I'm pregnant.
But how can that be? I've been sterile since the mining accident.
I know, mi amor. You are not the father.
But I am.
Gustavo!
All that and more next week on Jóvenes y Bellos. Tiago and Santiago.
It's ridiculous. He was fired.
Thiago and Santiago. Now, with 250% even more attitude.
Now, Santiago, it's time for everyone's favorite segment of the show. Your retirement. Oh, very, very funny. You still have it, Parson. I don't care what Rafael says behind your back.
Tú, Rafael.
No, the segment is called Solis Hoy, where we talk about all the strange...
Oye, Rico, supply drop inbound.
Bring this up again. You are really starting to embarrass yourself by now.
What do you mean? We have a responsibility to bring our listeners all of the strange news that we hear. It is our duty as members of the media.
We are not journalists, Santiago. We tell silly jokes and stories so that people can get from one place to the other without getting bored. And even then, the segment is for strange but true stories, not wild conspiracy theories.
One of our listeners, whose identity I will not reveal for their own safety,
Dios mío.
they emailed the show and said they heard Black Hand outside of their apartment building one night last week.
Okay.
Then, the next morning, they went next door to say hello to their neighbor, and no one was there.
Because they have a job.
And the neighbor hasn't come back since. And it was over a week ago.
Santiago, it really is too bad that you get tricked into believing these crazy stories. I almost feel like our listeners are having fun with you at this point.
This is not the first we heard of these disappearances, eh? They don't happen all the time, claro. But we've heard about them before.
Which is why some of our more troublesome listeners like to feed you these little lies, because they know you'll read them on air.
You know what these stories make me think of?
Don't say it, por favor.
La Mazmorra.
You said it.
Yes, I did.
Parcero, La Mazmorra is a ghost story. It is something parents tell their teenage children about to get them to come home before bedtime on a school night. There is no secret location that the boogeyman whisks people away to in the middle of the night.
I'm just reporting the news.
That is not the news, Santiago, and you are making a fool out of yourself.
Hey, you're probably right. Still, it's fun to talk about.
Until someone thinks you know too much and steals you.
Isn't it amazing that we are using state-of-the-art technology to bring that noise to listeners all over Solis?
Yes, they get paid to do this. It's the Tiago and Santiago show.
Welcome. Enthusiastic reader.
No, I actually did not know that about you. I know you watch a lot of TV that is based on books, but I don't think that's the same.
Years ago, the end of that show is the formation of the country of Solis.
Yeah, well...
Okay, fine. Let's pretend that I read a lot.
Bien, yes, let's pretend.
I had the honor of receiving an advance copy, which I hold in my hand right here, of Oscar Espinosa's autobiography titled, I Am the Sun.
Oh, nice. I remember what I learned in school about Senor Espinosa's dad, Leon. But I assume this book goes deeper into that?
Oh, so deep. You have no idea. The book really gives you a sense of what inspired Oscar Espinosa to become the great leader and visionary that he is today. The hardships he suffered. The challenges he faced.
I assume he discusses the accident.
Claro. As most of us know, Oscar Espinosa's father, Leon Espinosa, died in a plane crash about, 15, 20 years ago?
20 years ago.
So 20 years ago, his dad dies when Leon's plane gets caught in a freak tornado. And in the same week that he loses his father, Oscar Espinosa has to immediately take over as the head of all the Espinosa companies.
Where he ended up doing pretty well for himself. I mean, since he took over, the economy of Solis has been not bad.
And the Black Hand have gone from a bunch of local badasses to one of the most badass military forces on the planet.
See, of course. But I think what most people want to hear about is Project Illapa. Is there anything in the book on that? A lot of people I'm talking to are getting pretty curious out here.
Well, there's not a whole lot in the book. I don't think Senor Espinosa is going to give up any trade secrets.
Sure, but...
It's just amazing that Oscar Espinosa's reaction to his father's death was to throw himself into Project Illapa. I think most people, their parents get killed by a storm, and they think, okay, that's it, these things happen. But Oscar says, no, these things don't just happen, and I'm going to do everything in my power to try to stop something like that ever happening to anyone else's father or mother or nephew or landlord or llama ever again.
No, see, that's a good point. But I'd still like to know what's really going on with Project Illapa. I don't know if you've been outside in the past 20 years, Tiago, but Solis weather is still a little volatile.
Well, controlling the weather is a pretty big challenge, I'd imagine.
But it has to be.
Santiago, I learned a lot of cool things from Oscar Espinosa's new book, and now I'm going to quiz you with some rapid-fire, true or false type questions.
Okay, go ahead.
Just a reminder to the audience that we did not discuss this ahead of time.
No one's going to think that, Tiago.
Okay, first, Oscar Espinosa is the current head of the Espinosa companies. True or false?
True, we just covered that.
Correct. Okay, next. Oscar Espinosa had a pronounced stutter until the age of 11.
False.
Nope, it is in the book. It's something he worked very hard to overcome.
Interesting.
Next. Oscar Espinosa is a fan of the Tiago and Santiago show.
I mean, I hope true.
Absolutely true. He mentions it several times in his autobiography.
I find that hard to believe.
And finally, according to Oscar Espinosa's new autobiography, I Am the Son of My Father, when it comes to the Tiago show, Oscar's preferred host is Tiago.
There is no way that he wrote that in his autobiography.
No, he did.
Okay, well, what page?
What do you mean?
What page did he write that? Give me that book you're holding and tell me what page.
Oh, I can't. It's only in the digital version, I think. Kind of like a DVD extra.
You're a sad man.
You have no idea. Time to step aside for a minute. We'll be back with more Tiago and Santiago.
Very sad.
The best talk on Solis, Tiago and Santiago.
Hola a todos, this is Tiago, letting you know that we are giving away tickets for a live taping of Jimena, where you'll get to watch the rehearsal, the live show, and get to meet with Jimena herself backstage after the show. Keep listening for a chance to win.
The Black Hand, the world's most highly trained and best-equipped fighting force, deployed all over the globe, helping those in need and punishing those who would threaten the freedom and prosperity of others. And the Black Hand is looking for the next Solino that want to be a part of this team. This family, strength, order, discipline, service. The Black Hand is Solis, and Solis is the Black Hand. Find your nearest recruiter today.
That was really painful.
You know, you're very stupid, see?
These two men are proof that the truth hurts. Tiago and Santiago.
This is the Tiago and Santiago show.
Oh yeah, it definitely is. Tiago, things are getting a little intense out there these days.
Oh, no kidding, Santiago. I'm just happy to be here in the studio.
Are we going to talk about it?
Sure, why not?
Bien. The group that calls themselves the Army of Chaos. I know some of my old friends in the Black Hand like to refer to them as insurgents or rebels.
Which they are.
Maybe. I mean, they are definitely violent.
Obviously, that goes without saying.
But there are certainly some people out there that have something to complain about.
I don't know. Things are pretty good in Solis.
For us, maybe.
For everyone, parcero. I can go to any store around here and fulfill any of my basic needs. And beyond that, I can buy phones, TVs, whatever I want. And all I have to do to afford that is to provide an honest day's work.
I don't think everyone shares your idea of what is an honest day's work.
Sure, we pre-tape a lot of our segments and interviews, and I only really work 4 hours a day.
If we can even count that as work.
Cómico, Santiago. Muy cómico, huh? I can't help it that the market has set a high price for my services.
Not as high as the price it says for me.
What?
Nothing.
You make more than me?
The point is, Tiago, that you and I might have it slightly better than some of the other people of Solis.
Okay, maybe you have a point there.
Gracias.
But that still doesn't mean that people should resort to violence if they don't like what's going on here.
No, they shouldn't. Unless, of course, there really is no other choice.
What are you talking about, parce?
Nothing.
I didn't realize I was sitting across from such a radical.
Let's go to the phones. Looks like a lot of people want to talk about this particular issue.
Oh, wow, look at the screen. Where should we start? Okay, let's go to line 2. Buenas, you're on Tiago and Santiago.
Hello, Tiago. Hello, Santiago. I love your show very much. But I have to say, I think Santiago sounds like he doesn't like Solis very much. I have no problem with this country. In fact, I love it. I may have to work for 70 hours a week in a factory to be able to pay for rent and groceries, but I get to live in the best country on earth.